How'd you end up getting the number 3? Obviously, that number has some history here in Seattle.
Yeah, man, it was Russell Wilson wore it last. Russell Wilson's one of my favorite quarterbacks, growing up with that Legion of Boom defense. You got an offense too, so respect to Russell. Did everything he could, so I'm doing what I can in this number. I'm making special on defense in my own way, so.
Still hasn't sunk in yet. I got to wake up and pinch myself every single morning that I get to play for the Seattle Seahawks, and it probably never will sink in.
The Seattle Seahawks have been doing big things this offseason. I have been thoroughly impressed by the front office. Of course, you guys already know I had big props, big respect for the organization bringing in a defensive-minded coach last season in Mike Macdonald. You guys ended the year with a 10-7 record as people were not giving you a lot of credit. I remember before week 1 had started, a lot of people thought y'all were going to be last in the division. Yes, people thought the Cardinals and, of course, the Rams were going to have better seasons than you guys. And, of course, you proved a lot of people wrong with having a lot of injuries, with having not a lot of great pieces all around the place. And so also you guys bring in Clint Kubiak. I have a buddy, Devion. Shout out Devion. He hates Ryan Grubb. He hated how stupid and predictable the offense was with Ryan Grubb. But I do believe Clint Kubiak, who comes from a 49ers tree, who has a Saints background as well. He is a quarterback-friendly type of offensive coordinator and thorough. He is going to best give Sam Darnold a very easy approach to the game, which is very much the philosophy is quick passes, quick reads, quick decision making, not a lot of progression within the passing thoughts. He's very much a quick read type of offensive coordinator, the ball in and out, helping the quarterback in that regard, along with play action. And so if you guys didn't realize, picking up players that you guys have picked up, picking up Gray Zabel, who we will be talking about shortly, it shows me thoroughly that you guys are doubling down on the one first agenda. Okay, and let's use our brain a little bit. All right, Mike Macdonald, who is a human being, his only true form of success in the National Football League is him having that beautiful stint that he did with the Baltimore Ravens. And what did he see with the Baltimore Ravens? He saw a lot of consistent culture. There was something that is bigger than the brand itself, the passion that is one within itself. That is something that the Ravens and the Seahawks have in common. Another thing, defense is first. Defense breathes first. That is very much the same thing with the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. The only thing that I am not worrisome of, but I'm very, very interested in knowing is mobile quarterback in Lamar Jackson. No mobile quarterback in Sam Darnold. But there was a draft choice of Jalen Milroe. I am not going to spin this video on Jalen Milroe because I have videos in the future that I will be doing with him. But we're going to be talking about a few other things. First off, let's talk about Sam Darnold, right? The Sam Darnold impact, I think it's going to be absolutely massive. I think it's going to be bigger than Geno Smith. Geno Smith, his issue is that even if he was hot, even if he was on his game, even if he was going toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow, he would have these weird stints where the ball was just flown too high, right? The ball would just sail so high on a wide open DK who is like 6'3", 6'4", who can jump out the gym, and yet he can't get this ball all of a sudden. Or it's a play action pass, everything's wide open, beautiful, and he just makes an across the body decision, and it ends up being an interception. Like it's just these little things. I think Geno Smith is a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, but what Sam Darnold brings in, and take this for what you will, that playmaker, assertive, alpha type of ordeal, that's not necessarily his game. His game is, I'm reading the script, I'm listening to the scheme, I'm going to let my arm, which is still lively, I'm going to let my arm do all the action. I'm going to let this offense, I'm going to let this run game do everything. I'm just going to look for the quick read and give it to the easy player. I'm not looking to do too much. And I think that's where Geno Smith lost a lot of people in the locker room, or at least lost a lot of people in the front office. Watch Sam Darnold be consistent and watch Sam Darnold get carried by the defense. I don't see why you guys don't make a Minnesota Vikings run like the Vikings did last year. Well, I mean, the defense, I like what Byron Murphy's going to bring to the table in this upcoming year. Devin Witherspoon and Nick Emanwari, who you guys got out of South Carolina, who is literally going to be the Cam Chancellor 2.0. I already hope and understand that Cam Chancellor has already talked to him. They have phone numbers exchanged. It's very much already a mentor-mentee type of ordeal with Cam Chancellor and Nick Emanwari. I already believe that is going to be a pivotal piece for the upcoming future with within the Seattle Seahawks. I think he is very physical. I think he is very fun to watch. I think he runs to the ball. He shows a lot of effort. He has a long range of skills. He plays the ball very well. And the thing about him, and this is aside from Cam Chancellor, if Nick Emanwari needs to play a free safety role, if he needs to be the back-only type of safety, he can do it. He can do it. He's very versatile in that approach. And if you need him to come up and play in the box and play a late linebacker, he could definitely do that as well. I really, really like the approach with Nick Emanwari. I think he's definitely going to be a day one impact star. And I definitely think he's going to be a guy that's very much going to absorb anything and everything that is spewed out by Coach Mac McDonald and as well as Cam Chancellor. I like these first two pickups that you guys got in the draft with Gray Zabel, who is going to show a lot of versatility within the trenches. And I remember I was doing a mock draft for you guys, one of you guys literally had the audacity to say, y'all don't need offensive linemen. Like, we don't need offensive linemen. Why are you getting us offensive linemen? I'm just like, clearly me and the front office are on the same page. But what Gray does for you guys day one is he's going to give you guys a starting center. And if anything happens within your guards, left or right, and you have a backup center that can take his spot, he's going to be able to transition into that guard spot beautifully. He definitely has a lot of things he needs to gear up for, which is the power and the strength that he did not really go against in college at North Dakota State University. Also with that is going to be the speed of the game. I think he did great at the Senior Bowl. He definitely bowed up a lot of players. He definitely got my respect at the Senior Bowl. But at the end of the day, you're going against a different caliber of talent. These are different type of dogs he's going to be going up against in the National Football League, but I think he's up for the job, right? And once again, the versatility, the North Dakota State tradition now is that the best North Dakota State offensive lineman, he can play to some approach, right? Some approach. He's not a blue chip necessarily. He's not going to be the end all be all, but we've been seeing a pattern with North Dakota State left tackles that if they get this guy in, right? If you get this guy, you at least have a bottom four starter, right? A guy that can get the job done. And of course, I just think Gray is going to be a lot better than a bottom four starter. Now, I also want to talk about the addition of Cooper Kupp, right? That's also going to beautifully help the play action as well. That's also going to beautifully help Clint Kubiak's whole ordeal. That's going to help him in the longest of long runs because Cooper Kupp's a chain mover, right? He knows how to move the chains. He knows how to get to the right spot at the right times with the right length to get the first down, right? That's number one. Number two is he's going to bring so much to Jackson Smith-Njigba. He is going to tell Jackson all of his secrets. He's going to tell Jackson, hey, this is how you get open this type of way. And him and Jackson, they get open the exact same way. Everything's about technique, a little bit of speed burst here. They both have very much deceptive athleticism, along with they have pretty big frames, I think, for how they play and how they go about their business. And so you're going to have that type of leadership, that type of other mentor-mentee. And I think that's just where the Seattle Seahawks are right now. Let's get a lot of young, passionate, consistent talent into the organization. And then we're going to have all of our veterans that love this culture, that bleed this culture, that breed this culture, pour back into these young players. And I think that's what y'all are doing. I think that's what y'all are just doing beautifully. And so I have high hopes for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to be on the lookout for the Seattle Seahawks. You guys are very consistent with how you guys go about your business within that building. I just believe and think that the players just need to get better, right? The players all around the board just need to get better, and the culture is going to take you where it needs to take you. The fan base is there, right? The players have no lack of motivation within the fan base, okay? And so it's just going to be a matter of time, guys. The culture's there, right? That's how I see it. The culture's there. It's just a matter of time until you get the right players at the right time in the right way, and then don't be surprised when you guys are back at the top. Like, comment, and subscribe.